Hey guys, what's up? It's PJ and I'm back for another video. So, the topic of today's video is something that I've just started thinking about, but it hit me really hard, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So, but first, this video has a little bit of a backstory. So, yesterday was my 25th birthday, and, deep down inside, the last couple weeks have been really, really hard. Um, I don't know if it's because, one chapter of my life will be ending, uh, by the end of the year, and that is school. Um, and I already have a thought in my head of what I want the next chapter to be, and that's to dive more into fitness and do that a little bit more full time than straight disability ministry stuff. Um, so most people I know what they want after college, but um, it's taken them a while to get there, and I'm no different. Um, but the last couple months have been super, super tough mentally, and it's just been weird. I've got a lot of family. I've got two separate, really huge family situations going on at the same time. So that's stressful. Um, Obviously, I'm on a church staff now, um, and I'm the point of contact for an entire demographic of the church. So the fact that we've been not able to focus in on in-person worship the last 3 months um, is causing some some understandable tension um, with some people that I've had to help smooth out, and then of course I've got school I've got to handle. So um, life's just been crazy, and I haven't had the thing that's become my stress relief, and that's the gym. But it's been closed like everything else. So I haven't been able to just go be me for a couple hours and work on what I want to work on. It's been stuff I've had to work on. So, but yesterday, um, because of the pandemic, my mom is back in town from Florida, so that was cool. I've gotten to spend some time with my mom. Not as much time as I would have liked, or she would like to spend with me, just because of different things going on. But last night I went over to my grandparents, and she told me that we're gonna have pizza. We're gonna Skype with Mama Kathy, who is my best friend's mom and pretty much my second mom. she's like, she wants to Skype or Zoom with you for your birthday. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's not um, something out of the norm of what we would do. But then um, it very quickly went outside the norm of what we would do. So, um, first off, yesterday was not only my birthday, it was Star Wars Day, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Um, and so is my mom, so it's genetic. um, but we, she goes, come on, I've got something for you on my computer, and I knew, I didn't know what it was. Because she hadn't told me one time we were zooming with my best friend's family. So I just assumed it was them. Um, it wasn't. It was a cosplayer because both her and I are into not just Star Wars but all genres of sci-fi and to some extent. And with that comes conventions and different people we're connected with. Well, somehow, not somehow, but through some of her other connections, she found a guy who cosplays as Master Luke Skywalker. So I got to, for my birthday, I got to talk to Master Luke Skywalker um, for a about 20 or 30 minutes. So, and I know it wasn't the actual, it wasn't actually Mark Hamill, but if I didn't know that, I wouldn't have known that. And this guy is so awesome, and he plays it up, and it was just like two Star Wars nerds um, talking about Star Wars. And he asked me about school. He asked me about what I did at work and my sports. And so we just had a normal conversation with the guidelines of being two Star Wars geeks. Sorry, my hair is extremely long, and that is why I'm wearing a hat. So, um, but the amazing surprise was not over there. So about 10 minutes after I get off the call with him, she's like, okay, it's time to Zoom with Mama Kathy. Okay, I was just now, at that point, I had just started to formulate sentences again because the first part of the surprise had basically done wiped my brain of all comprehension. Um, and then, so, and by the way, I should mention that the cosplayer, uh, Fluke Skywalker, he has a Facebook page, so I'm going to plug him right here. So if you stumble upon this, Fluke, thank you. And go check him out on Facebook. Tell him PJ sent you, and he does that stuff for charity. So, but it was awesome. So I get ready for the other call, just expecting my other mom and maybe her husband, who's basically my second dad. He stepped up for me when my dad left, and really has helped me through some weird, odd stuff. Um, but I knew getting him was a long shot because he worked second shift. So he was probably at work. But so I get over to my mom's computer, and the Zoom thing pops up, and I see Mama Kathy, but I also see uh one of my friends that I did drama group with in high school on one end, and then I in one corner, and I see one of my friends from high school youth group in another corner, and below him I see his mom and sisters, um, and then all of a sudden my pastor from Chicago pops in up, and his daughter and grandson pop up. Um, so, long story short, uh, in the about an hour worth of Zoom meeting that we had, uh, I had 25 or 30 people hop on and wish me a happy birthday. And these were people that some of them I hadn't seen since, uh, like I said, I had my pastor from Chicago and his family. So I hadn't seen them since, all in one spot since 2005 when we left Chicago. So I had people from when I was a little kid all the way up to now pop up and wish me a happy birthday and spend part of their night with me. And I had a couple people because once the cat was out of the bag, some people started texting and saying they got the time mixed up and um, weren't gonna be able to jump on, which was totally fine. Because I had people from West Coast, I had people from East Coast, so that stuff happens. Um, but it I it sounded like I sound now trying to explain it, because even now trying to explain it, uh, I couldn't talk. Um, so we get done, and my mom looks at me, and she doesn't, or she probably did a little bit know how how stressed I'd been, but I looked at her because, of course, like any mom would say, she said, "I'm sorry, it isn't more." And I said it was exactly what I needed, because over the last couple weeks, I felt really stressed out and really sentimental, and I don't know why. So she was like, "This was perfect," and I was like, "Yeah, this was perfect." So we eat dinner together and stuff, and then I come back home, and my phone is still buzzing with people wishing me a happy birthday, and people who couldn't make the call are texting me and wishing me a happy birthday and apologizing. But then I get a phone call from an Illinois number, and because I lived in Chicago, um, and I go to school through a school in Chicago, I get well, not because I live there, but mainly because of school. I get Illinois uh, phone numbers popping up on my phone every couple weeks because school is checking on me and stuff like that. But usually, unless it's school, I don't answer it. And if they need me, um, they can leave a message. But I had a couple people from Chicago not get to jump on the call. So mom told me they may call you or they may text you. So I was a little bit more aware last night than I normally am, and I answer my phone, and it's one of my mentors from Chicago and his wife. Um, and the thing about this mentor, our church in Chicago, because this is how I know these people, was through church, and our church in Chicago, because of where it uh, is is and was predominantly, or not predominantly, but had a very large military population because it was only about 15-20 minutes from the base. So this mentor um, was one of those who was Navy and has since retired and was and retired while we were there, but everybody always knew him by his rank. Um, if if you were military in the church, it wasn't Mister. It was Chief or HM2 or uh, and that wasn't. Everybody knew that's the way it was, but I'm kind of getting a little off track here. So, talking to him and his wife, and then ultimately my fifth grade Sunday school teacher happened to be running by their house during that time as well, so I got to talk to him for a second. But he's just running through asking me questions. How's school going? We I heard you were going to the gym. How's that going? All this stuff. And I got to thinking. And I posted about it after I got off the phone with him. Because honestly, birthdays are always a little rough for me because my dad isn't around and doesn't seem like he wants to be. So that's always hard for me, whether I show it or not. And my mom knows that because I've told her. But mom will look at me and go, you know, you have tons of other people who love you and are proud for you and will go to bat for you, and I do know that. But last night it hit me really, really hard that, yeah, Dad may not be here, and I may not want to further the particular legacy he left, but I've got tons of other people all over the country and all over the world, if I'm being honest, who have poured into me just as much or more than my dad did. And not only do I have God's legacy to further, but I have theirs because they are all part of me in some small way. So the moral of this story is, um, if you're struggling and with validation or just pure and simple motivation, because I'll be honest, even though I have that goal of, okay, I want to finish school and then I want to do this, I've been lacking motivation, and I've honestly felt like I've just been going through the motions the last couple months. But last night reminded me, hey, you can't rest on your laurels anymore. You can't rest on the fact that you're just gonna get something because you're the token kid in a wheelchair. You gotta put in the work, and anything worth having is worth um worth working for. So even if you don't have the validation and the um confidence that we get from each other as family members, I promise you there is somebody out there besides God, because God loves and is proud of us anyway, because He loves and is proud of us all, in some way. But everybody has at least one person who has poured into them. Whether it's, I'm just gonna use my example. All the people who called me last night, or all my friends at the gym, or all my former teammates that I've played with, their legacy is inside of me. And it's my job to further that legacy along with them, because every person who's given me words of wisdom over the 25 years of my life, or taught me how to do something, I can in turn give that back to somebody else. So, and like I've said on this channel the last 6 months, it's time to push 24/7. And that's why. Because I have hundreds and hundreds of legacies that have poured into me that I in turn get to pour back into others. And if I don't push, those legacies won't get out to others. And some of the people I know are really great and really wise and really awesome and have really good advice that needs to be shared, but they can't share it with everybody because they're only one person as an individual. So everybody who pours into them needs to go out and they poured into needs to go out and pour into those people. So that's kind of just a mental vomit of what I've gone through the last 24 hours. So I hope everybody's staying safe and staying sane. And we may look hairy and look like Chewbacca, but hey, we're gonna get through this. And once we do, and even before we do, it's time to push 24/7. And I'll see you guys next time.